Hey guys, it is Friday, October 10th, 2025, and I'm back with some free VST plugins to help you with your musical adventures and endeavors. All right, guys, let's jump right into it. We got a lot to go through. So, the free VST plugins for today are as follows. So, first up here, we have once again from Yuri Semenov. He released more new plugins, guys. I think by Monday, early Monday this week, Monday or Sunday, he released this summing suite. It was just the summing channel and the summing bus earlier in the week. And then by Wednesday, he released the sum guitar bus. Then next up, we're going to look at Monster Bass. This one's been around for a while. I've spoken about it before, but let's look at it again. Some people might not know it is available. It's free. And last up, from Slate Digital, we're going to be looking at this virtual mix rack, which I've talked about before, but they now did something new, which we're going to talk about and highlight. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to update this blog page. Something is not looking right. Let's hit save. Refresh over here. There we go. All right, so let's click on the download links. Look on them real quick. So for Slate Digital, you're going to be taken here. It's a little bit confusing. Just install their plugin installer. So there's a Slate Digital software installer. You want to sign up for your account for free and then install the installer, and then you're going to log into your account via the plugin installer and go from there. And you should be able to install for free the virtual mix rack. And the new thing that they've done is that these three, which are the free offerings within the rack, they have a ton more, which we'll look at in a minute. We'll look at them somewhat. But these are the free ones that are available for virtual mix rack. And they now made it where you don't need the virtual mix rack. They will also install a separate plugin version of each one of these modules, hence the virtual mix module. So you don't have to load the whole rack. But this is a plugin rack. They've offered this for free for a while, where you get 3 of the modules within the rack for free, and you can basically set up a plugin chain and go from there. So next up, Monster Bass. Click on the download link. It'll take you to Hardiman.tv, and we have Monster Bass here. And when you scroll down to where the download links are, just be aware that you have to download and install the plugin separately from the actual instrument files. So there is the plugin, and then here is the actual library. You need that. Without the library, the plugin will not work. It is a rompler, which basically uses samples. So it's a combination between a sampler and a synthesizer. And this one's a very basic rompler where it has the bass samples and then you have some basic synth features as far as parameters to help you affect the sound and transform it into different things. So there's a little bit of modulation, LFO stuff, basic ADSR, some reverb, and other little things going on behind the hood to help give you some variety in the presets. So, and then the last thing is the Yuri Semenov summing plugins. So, like I've been explaining for the past over a month now, click on the download link. It's going to take you to this YouTube video that's demonstrating the plugins. There is no talking. It's just music and him tweaking the knobs. And you're going to go down to the description of the video, click more, so you can see all the description, and the download links are here for Windows and Mac. I was able to translate some information about the plugin. So that's what's right here. And basically it says, an audio plugin for mixing, YS Summing is designed to be inserted on each instrument track at the beginning of the plugin chain to simulate the input amplifiers of an analog console. And then it talks more about the random button, randomly selects EQ settings to add tonal variety to each track. And the changes are subtle, but they give more lively touch to the overall mix. You can add a slight parallel compression to thicken and impact the mix. And it says that the processing is done in mid-side mode. And it's just adding a lot of variation. So that's basically what summing is. If you don't understand what summing is, you don't necessarily have to put it at the beginning of the chain. It can be at the end. It can actually be both if you're that eccentric and anal about your summing processing. So let's go to the DAW and see what we got going on here. So I have a little arrangement here. Take a quick listen, and then we'll jump into the plugins. All right, so let's look at Monster DAW. So that's what's doing the bass. I mean, there's not much I have to say about this. I'm not going to change the preset because I don't want to mess up my sound. I know I probably tweaked some parameters outside of just the preset. But the cool thing is we have some presets here. So we have electric bass, 14 options there. We have synth bass with 23 options. And then there's an acoustic bass section with 5 options. So you can definitely check it out and see if these sounds work for you, these presets. But the interface is pretty straightforward. It kind of gets out of the way. And they have some good bass selections with the preset. So we have gain, we got reverb, we got your ADSR here. There is a cutoff filter. You can change if it's a low pass, none, or high pass. They have the voice mode, so legato, poly, and mono, which is important if you're trying to do glide. I do have a little bit of glide dialed in here. And then we have velocity curve settings. Here we got our LFO, settings for the LFO, waveform, source, destination, all that good stuff. So there are different parameters that you can drive with the LFO. And down here is just showing you a basic keyboard layout. So pretty straightforward, but I like the bass that I was able to get out of it for this arrangement. All right, moving right along. So with the summing plugin, let's see if I could but let's load them on the channels. So what I'm going to do is highlight all of these channels, bring up my plugin picker, and they are right here. I'm going to right click and select add to selected tracks. So it's going to add all of those there. So they're on every track at the end of my plugin chain. So right here, especially in a situation like this, let me open a couple. Let's zoom out. Open a couple. It's amazing that none of them blocked what I was doing. So definitely with a plugin like this, you definitely would want to come to the random button. You notice right here it says 1, channel 1. So it's mimicking whatever non-linearity you would get on channel 1 of the input of an analog board. That's what summing is all about. The individuality and the different character that you're going to get from each channel that's going to sum together to give your mix some character and some more life. So you definitely, in a situation like this, if you are going for that summing workflow with these type of plugins, you definitely want to hit random. So you would go through each of these plugins and just hit that random button. So that's 48, that's 10, channel 12, channel 26, channel 30, channel 42, 46, channel 20, channel 15, and channel 31. So it did a good job where it didn't repeat any of the channels, so that's cool. And then we have flux, turn on flux. You could turn on flux for all of them, some of them. There's all these different parameters. So here we have, this is gonna add some difference between the left and right channel. So if you have stereo, you definitely wanna turn that on. Light parallel compression, as they were talking about. Then you can change the knob position. And I'm just realizing that all the knob positions are randomized. And I'm not sure if that happened when I pressed random. Was it affecting these other parameters? All right, what is DC? Includes 30 Hz high pass filter. Okay. So you could just play with these settings. And one good thing about all of Yuri's plugins, he always has tooltips. So you can kind of fumble around and figure out what's what if you kind of understand what's going on. So this says that switches between harmonic, saturation, emulation for the line and the microphone inputs. So line or mic. This is a reset button, bypass switch. And they have a preset section, but there's no presets. It's just default. And then, as he always does, he has this section where you hit this button and you can now tweak the look of the plugin, which I'm not going to do that right now. Pointless. So, moving right along, let's look at the Slate digital stuff. So what they initially had was the virtual mix rack. Okay. So, like I said, these 3 plugins are what's available for free. They have a ton over here on the side. And you can load them up. Let's see if I can load something else. Shouldn't be able to, but let's see. Okay. See, it loads it, but it says license not found. And it's asking you to activate it. They don't even let you preview it. But it's set up in a rack form. You can swap the order of the plugins based on how you want the signal flow to be processed. And up here you can solo, turn on, turn off the actual plugin, the rack module within the rack. So let's get rid of this one. So what they did now is that they have a version of this where you can load it without the mix rack. So for me, I was able to get the Revival version to load by itself and the Monster. For some reason, I'm supposed to have the trimmer in this module mode, but for some reason I couldn't get it to load. It's something weird going on. That's one thing I hate with some of these companies, and it's usually the big companies with these plugin installers. It gets messy when there's upgrades, updates, and like certain things update and then certain things don't update right away. Like right now I'm still waiting for my Ozone EQ11 to update to 12. They say it's available. They say it's in complete start. And I have complete start, but I'm still stuck on Ozone EQ11. But it is what it is. There's not much difference between 11 and 12. So for some reason I couldn't get the trimmer to load or update on my account. So I only have these 2 in the module mode, but I still have the trimmer in the virtual rack mode, so whatever. One day it'll probably update and show up. But that's pretty much it, guys. Check out those plugins. They sound pretty good. They are free and worth giving a try. So definitely check those out. The link is in the description. Also, there's a link in the description for my video series on PC specs and how it relates to music production. So if you're looking to understand how your computer and its internal parts works along with your DAW to help give you a smooth experience, definitely check out that series. It'll help you understand how that all works together. So if you're having issues where you're having latency issues with your audio is popping in and out. There's a lot of crackling and popping. Your system is stuttering. You're getting a lot of freezing, crashing. Your system is just acting very unstable. DAW is acting unstable. That series will help you kind of understand why that may be happening and what you might need to do to rectify the issue. There's also a growing playlist, a link for a growing playlist in the description for these videos that I do weekly. So if you're looking for more free VST plugins, that live stream playlist is there for all of these live stream videos. So more free VST plugins are there. In those videos, there's over 430 videos presenting you guys with free VST plugins, 100% free from the developers. Also, there is a growing playlist in the description, a link for a growing playlist in the description for my video series that I am doing this year, titled 52 Weeks of Reaper, where every week for 52 weeks, I will be releasing a new video focusing on a key feature in Reaper. I think we're up to week 41 tomorrow. I'm unsure because I already recorded up to like week 44 and I'm editing ahead of time. So I don't know what went up today, but something got scheduled today for tomorrow. I release those videos every Saturday. For 52 weeks we're going. We're almost there, guys. Almost at the 52 week mark. It's kind of weird to like think about that right now. It's almost over. But that series is there to highlight what makes Reaper such an amazing DAW. So you can check it out. If you're interested in Reaper, if you're interested in checking out another DAW, definitely check out that series. Like I said, we're up to week 41. Tomorrow that will be released, and those videos will just give you some insight on some of the amazing features that are built right in the Reaper. You don't need to pay for anything. You don't have to buy anything extra. Just part of the DAW and the DAW's ecosystem. So definitely check that out. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Check back next week. I'll be presenting you guys with more free VST plugins, 100% free. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, you will see me in the next video.